Hello. You may remember seeing these posts on Viber and the LED screen about the Kingfisher Quill challenge. Well, it all came together, and this short video is to give you an idea of what actually happened. The challenge was a project of the West Grove Communications Committee, organized and run by comms head Tony Hertz, that's me, together with Marilyn Villapando.
That's me.
And supported by the Kingfisher team, Rena and Alvi Shonko, and our board oversight, Elsie Flyder.
The idea was to find more residents with writing skills who can help widen the scope of articles in Kingfisher from the usual reporting of events. And the challenge we gave to those who expressed interest was to write an article or story that was both personal to them and also relevant to our community.
So on October 12th, we met our applicants in the clubhouse library and we gave them this simple brief.
Around 500 words, with photos if possible, relevant to West Grove, and fact-checked if necessary.
There were 6 eager applicants, all residents of course.
Hi, this is Owen Villar.
Hello, my name is Howie Severino.
Hi, my name is Joy Ditching Lorico.
I'm Hoss. Hello, my name is Rickard Elving.
My name is Martina Ko.
And as their work began to arrive in our inboxes, we were delighted with the different approaches and ideas.
The quality of the writing was actually really good and needed relatively little editing. So on Saturday, November 12th, we gathered again in the clubhouse library along with
A husband,
a wife,
one set of parents, Tony and me, of course,
and Marlou.
representing the board.
And one by one, the writers read their stories out loud. One of them was a poem, by the way, while the text was shown on screen. Unfortunately, 2 of the writers couldn't be there in person, so we played recordings we made of them reading their work.
And here are some excerpts from the readings.
The quest for a new home took us more than 3 months, and our primary consideration was the serenity in our hearts. Each time we visited the place, our children would ask, "How do you feel?" And we would say, "Something's not right," or, "My heart is not happy here." Then we discovered Ayala West Grove Heights. As we drove along West Grove scenic roads, greeted by courteous guards, we felt transported to another world. "This place is different," we said. And at the third and last property shown to us, I found myself saying, "My heart is at peace."
5 days a week for 12 years, I embarked on a journey that many would have considered a test of sanity. Commuting the often unforgiven stretch from West Grove to Ortigas and back, I faced countless questions. "Are you mad?" they asked, bewildered by my choice to undertake a trip that offers no nature, but mostly grey, boring buildings. And above all, people who hate traffic didn't just want to arrive in the office quickly. But on this relentless commute, I have discovered a sanctuary in the world of podcasts. Experts sharing their thoughts on Middle East crisis, US elections, war in Ukraine, living in Puglia, or cooking.
Sabrina dashed into the dining room, excitedly asking, "Tita, do you have a glass jar with a lid?" Her mom, Monique, gave her a gentle glare, but I just laughed and handed her a jar. She scampered down to the empty lot beside ours and vanished amidst the trees. Returning a few minutes later, Sabrina gleefully called her siblings, declaring, "Fireflies! Look, fireflies!" as she showed 4 or so tiny twinkling things inside the jar. The fireflies in our area of Sampaloc Drive have fascinated guests for quite a while. As dusk turns to night, friends carry their 5-year-olds to stare at the treetops and overgrown wild grass at the back, hunting for those flickering lights.
Preppily dressed senior men seen at the mall soon after opening, loitering sometimes in flip-flops, sometimes in Vans, sometimes in real leather shoes. If Caucasian, they are readily perceived as mates of Pinays. Some looking fit, others seeming to have become dominated by the local brew. And is it their idea of a holiday morning? Not on a beach or a mountainside, but at a mall.
A few weeks ago, I was one of the early birds at a plant workshop, one of my first group activities as a new resident of West Grove. My neighbors and I would be making what was billed as kokedama, the Japanese art of wrapping an earth ball around an ornamental plant. One by one, the participants came in and happily greeted each other. Some had known each other for years. I knew hardly anyone. When everyone was seated, someone blurted out, "Where are all the men?" Snickers rippled through the room. Sure enough, all the attendees were women, except me in a corner, and the teacher's young assistant who was busy setting up the plants. I half raised my hand and said sheepishly, "I'm here."
I looked up at the trees, their leaves dancing and their branches swaying and waving in greeting. I saw the neighbors in their own houses, finishing chores, nodding as we passed by. I glanced back at the way we came, the bottom of the steep hill growing smaller as we climbed, and at the last rays of the sun peeking through the horizon. I stopped in my tracks, raising my arms and listening. The cawing of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the distant laughter, the quiet murmurs and padding footsteps of my own family, and my heart synchronizing with it all. I let it slip into my ears and etch itself into my mind and heart, filling me up with something equally warm as the last rays of sun. And I drank it all greedily, like a bottle of liquor, letting myself get drunk on it. I heard so much, but heard nothing at all. There's so much and so little, yet still so much.
They all got hearty rounds of applause, of course. And then, on behalf of the Kingfisher Challenge, board member Marlou presented each writer with a certificate and a gift voucher in recognition of their effort and talent.
You'll be able to read the full stories in the special edition of Kingfisher, which we're aiming to bring out in January.
This was the first
of what we hope will be more Kingfisher
Kingfisher
Quill
Quill challenges.
challenges.